Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and you can probably tell by my voice that I am very excited. Do you want to know why I'm very excited? Because yes, Xenoverse 3 is 100% confirmed and it got leaked. Screw you, Bandai. It's about time. We finally got it, bro. Oh my god, I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. Okay, let's talk about it. Now, before we get into Xenoverse 3, let's start at the beginning. I loved Xenoverse 1. I loved Xenoverse 2. After Xenoverse 2, which is about 10 years ago now, we have had Fighter Z, we've had Sparking Zero, and we've had Kakarot Z. I am a huge Dragon Ball fan, and I've been a Dragon Ball fan since my brother got me into it when I was about 8 or 9 years old. My older brother got me into it, legit made me watch it when I was like 8 or 9 and got me into it, and I absolutely loved it ever since. 12 years later, you know? And I really didn't enjoy Sparking Zero. I really didn't enjoy Fighters. I feel like Fighter Z is a game that only appeals to a certain audience but doesn't really appeal to the majority of people. That's at least my opinion on it. I really didn't like it. I have both Sparking Zero and Fighters. Sparking Zero just went horribly. The controls are bad. The game just feels lackluster. I mean, not my cup of tea. Let me put it that way. Graphics wise, obviously really cool. Looks really nice. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. The reason I'm so hyped is because Xenoverse 2 is my favorite Dragon Ball game ever, maybe behind Raging Blast 2. And they have officially confirmed Xenoverse 3, and they leaked it on their YouTube and then put the video straight down, as you can see up on screen. This is, oh my god, I'm so hyped, bro. I am so hyped. Now, could this possibly be a PR stunt and actually not be Xenoverse 3 at all? They just leaked it to get some hype. 100% could be. I mean, yeah, it really could, but I don't think that's the case. Bandai does not seem like the company that does that crazy of a PR stunt just to build a little bit of hype. That's not really what they do. I've seen some people speculating it's a PR stunt, and obviously it is super unprofessional and doesn't make a lot of sense that someone was able to leak it and put out a video of it. But again, everything's possible, man. Think about how many games that I'm gonna drop some smart math wisdom on y'all. Think about how many games get created, right, by big companies, and they never leak stuff. So by each game or each day that goes by, there's a higher probability that at some point some game will leak something by accident. So it does make sense. Holy math yap there. I'm sorry, but mathematically it does make sense, right? So I genuinely think this was a fluke because they put it down really fast. It got like 600 views before it got put down. So, but this is insane, bro. Oh my god, I'm actually insanely hyped. Let's talk about what Xenoverse 2 did bad, and let's talk about what I want for Xenoverse 3. Now, if you watch my other channel, that's Roblox and mainly Dragon Ball games on there, you know how much I hate when Dragon Ball games doesn't add good customization, and that's a big part of Xenoverse 2's problem. Bro, the customization was so lackluster. Is that just me? Am I the only one who feels that way? I mean, like, you could never make a character really feel like your own character because there wasn't a lot of hairs to choose from, not a lot of faces, not a lot of voices. It made it feel like every character was the same, and that's a big part of a Dragon Ball game where you make your own character. You gotta make it feel like that's your character. You're able to make him look exactly how you want him to look, right? Being a multi-million-dollar company and game company and having customization as one of your big problems, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's a huge problem I had with Xenoverse 2. I mean, the clothing aspect, I don't really remember. I haven't played the game in a couple of years. I don't remember if the clothing aspect was good or not, if there was a lot of clothes, but there probably was. I feel like I remember there being a lot of clothes to choose from. It's just like the faces, the hairs was very limited, and I did not enjoy that at all. Another thing I feel like they could have done a lot better was the story mode. The story mode was never really like impactful, you know? It never really that's just my opinion again. I never felt like I was in the anime. I felt like I was playing a really good Dragon Ball game, but I never felt like I was a Dragon Ball character from the anime. They just got to give it that extra more like realism, that like, you know, give it those anime moments, you know, where your character loses somebody, he rages, he goes insane. Just give it that little bit extra, you know? Just add a bit more pepper on it, you know? Other than that, I really enjoyed the combat. I really enjoyed the idea behind it, you know, being a timeline helper, I guess, or a time patrol dude. I really enjoy the idea and the blueprint of the game. That's really cool. You know, you have to go back in time, do all the fights over again because Fu, I'm pretty sure his name was Fu. He's, you know, jumping in and trying to mess with time, so you have to go back in time and fight him and or help Goku and do all these things. That's really cool. They have the idea nailed, right? But what we want to see with Xenoverse 3 is, obviously, I'm not gonna lie, you guys are gonna hate me for this. I want this to come out after the Moro arc of the anime. The reason for that is because I want them to add the Moro arc and the other manga arcs for Xenoverse 3 as parallel quests slash story quests. That would be insane, right? Add the full super as a story mode. The story mode in Xenoverse 2 wasn't long enough. It wasn't long enough. It needed to be more, bro. I loved the story mode aspect of Xenoverse 2. I loved it. Xenoverse 3 needs to go more in depth on the story mode, make that a bigger part of the game, make it the main part of the game, and the parallel quest a bit of a side extra thing. Obviously important as well, right? It's got to be important, but make the story mode the most main thing about the game. Also, the online system was kind of trash in Xenoverse 2, kind of hard to find fights. The game's not even crossplay. Like, come on, bro. We're in 2026 and we don't have crossplay. I mean, again, it's a 10-year-old game. I get it, but if that's not added, that is insane. It needs crossplay, bro. Look at Sparking Zero. Why is it so dead? One of the main reasons is because it's not cross-platform. I tried to go into a ranked match. I sat in the queue for 15 minutes and I didn't find a fight. 15 minutes. That should not be physically possible. It shouldn't be physically possible to wait 15 minutes in ranked and not find a player to fight. Things like that get fixed with crossplay and make it so they did kind of fix it later on with the raids and stuff. But if they made it more multiplayer friendly, that would be sick. If you could do it more with friends and add a more multiplayer friendly aspect of the game, that would be really cool. I would enjoy that a lot. You know, let's say you can do story modes with friends, but it makes the boss twice as hard or 3 times as hard based on how many players you are. That would be really cool. So to end off here, takeaway: more customization, multiplayer friendly, meaning crossplay and stuff like that, and make the story mode a bit more of the main topic of the game, or the main aspect is better worded. Also, please at least add the Moro arc. You know, maybe they'll do it based off the manga, which they could also probably do, make the Moro arc based off the manga, but I really doubt they will, because they didn't do it in Xenoverse 2, so they don't do manga content. I think they need the anime to release first. That's why I'm saying I want it to release after Moro arc of the anime comes out. Also, do the full super story, like the full super story. And now to end off the last thing, please don't make it a DLC merchant game. Obviously, some DLCs are fair, right? Have some DLCs, that is fair. Like the Bardock DLC, that's a fair DLC. Bardock is not a huge part of the story. It's an extra thing, extra small thing. So if you want to play that part of the game, you buy the DLC. But don't you have, I mean, I think someone did the math. I think it's $500 in DLCs only, not including the full game, bro. $500 for the DLCs of a game is insane. Stop with the DLCs. You're ruining the reputation of the game. You're showing to everyone that you're just money hungry. I mean, $500 in DLCs is absolutely insane. So please stop with that, because you're showcasing to everyone that money is the only thing you care about, right? So stop with the DLCs, for the love of God. Stop with them, please. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And guys, as you know, like I said, since this channel is new in the aspect of me posting Dragon Ball content, I didn't used to post Dragon Ball content. I used to post other stuff. So the algorithm punishes me really heavily a lot because of that. So I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the whole video, share this with your friends, drop some comments, just to speed things up, because again, YouTube hates me currently. So I would really appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.